Yo, yo.
Yo, yo.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Good afternoon.
What's
Yep.
going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Shout out to Unique. I appreciate you posting those links for it, brother. Shout out to Iceberg. Have you started that? Have you started that book yet? You started that book? Shout out to my brother James Brown. Shout out to my brother from another mother, RPC. RPC, let me know if you got a taste for that conversation with the souls. You already know you can get that anytime you want, but I don't want to send it to you until you actually get time to read it, so you can give me your feedback and all of that. So I am here with Command Your Confidence. I want to say congratulations because you got your first book out. So
Yeah,
man,
thank you very much.
that is dope. That is dope. And then we're going to introduce the guest RL back. So go ahead, Command Your Confidence first. What you got to say, brother?
Oh, I just want to say, hey,
Turn your camera on.
oh, okay. I just
Yeah.
want to say thanks for having me on the show today. And yeah, I'm very glad. Yeah, my book, I just got that published on Amazon last week, so it's for sale now. And yeah, and you know what, Afi, like you inspired me to do it. Like, and thank you very much for mentoring me through the whole process and everything. And I'm actually going to be working on another book soon.
Cool. And then we got RPC. I send it to you right now, but I want some the feedback. I don't want you to just have it for hella long. Coach Justin, good to see you. Detroit, good to see you. Nelly Nell with you. What's up? Introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. What's happening? It's your dude, the Merciless Resale Black. And of course, I got to go ahead and Rep the Bay Area, East Bay all day. Go gang, go blooded all day. Go Niners and everything. Hopefully they get all the way and win this time and everything. But it's your dude. Of course, I got my own platform, Merciless Resale Black. Please subscribe, as I pretty much just have untouched discussions about dating dynamics and just pretty much just life. Thanks for having me, man. Welcome. We back again, blood. We
So
back together again.
this is
Nice to meet you.
this is what we need to say now. Are we playing hardball or neutral ball? Because my views on marriage are shit. It's a scam to me. And shout out to my scammer. I got scammed yesterday, man. I tried to report one of my
How do you
fellow
get scammed?
He scammed me, bro. He scammed me. He scammed me. I thought I was gonna get a fly picture with me and my dogs, and he scammed. And it's a scam, just like marriage is a scam. So we play a hardball or regular ball.
Nick, bruh, this is home court. This is your home court. We gonna play whatever we gonna play, whatever you call it, blood. We all grown.
All right, so look, this is the hardball version. See, it ain't what you think, but we talking about the benefits of being married, and guess what? We taking out the save the money part of it. We taking that out. That ain't one of the reasons. We gotta use it. That number one, yeah, we can save money and split our bills. Well, nope, because I took that one out. So now.
Well, I was going to say that too, but then you stole my line.
Nah, I'm just talking. So the real talk. So my man Black is married. He does have kids. I have met him in person, and he's a family guy, and he has a beautiful family and a beautiful wife. But we got a lot of single guys who watch content. So if we want to bring the old school shit back to where, marriage is the family and all of that. So we got a married cat on here, and I know guys that's married, but they happily married cheaters and all of that. I don't know happily married people. So I need to hear this. I need to hear this. LDA, he on your team. You want to join an LDA, but you got to cam up though, bro. If you want to join, bro, you might have a tag team partner that can help you out with this.
I just gotta say hi to Bernie. Bernie's in the chat.
What's up, Bernie? What's up, Bernie?
Bernie, channel in the chat.
LDA, if you buy the camera, you can come up in a bit, but we gonna rock first for a minute because I want to hear this. So first off, let's get into it. So Rob, you want to start with the first question about what's your concerns with marriage? Because I'm jaded. You can start it off because you still may want to get married and settle down. Like me, that shit's out. I don't give a fuck Cinderella. I ain't jumping over. No,
right now, I don't know. I have a lot of people pressuring me.
I ain't getting on nobody's knee. Just it ain't happening. So,
right.
What you got for it, Bernie?
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna say, I don't know. I did at one point. That's something I really wanted in life. I just thought, it'd be cool, ideal, just to sit down and be with someone else and everything. But then I don't know. As I kind of worked on my self-development stuff and became more aware of stuff, I realized I didn't have to be married. And right now I'm working on a lot of things at the moment in my life. Building my brand here on YouTube. I'm doing some books, doing a web design business, and working at the same time. So I just don't have any time for anything too serious at the moment. I'm just right now I'm having fun, but eventually I could, maybe in another 10 years or so, but I'm getting a lot of pressure from my friends. I told a friend the other day, I told him I'm turning 40 this year, and he's like, well, you should stop playing the field and just get married. But I'm just not ready for that at the moment because I think if I get married right now, I'm gonna lose. I'm going to focus my time on the marriage and lose focus on my goals that I'm working on and everything. And I don't know. I still have that desire just to kind of play the field at the moment. So, but I mean, there are some ups and downs to marriage, I believe. I have some, a brother who's married, but he's in a bad marriage and he can't get out of that, but that's his fault. But I do believe that it has its pros and its cons. What is your take on that, guys?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead and put it on you, Black. Tell your story. Just just so people can get some background. Because seriously, because people are married for different reasons. I know that you're married, but you could have just got your wife pregnant and been like, my mother and father did it, so I got to do it that way. So, like, what's the actual background? I'm gonna put the camera on you, and I'm gonna let you have it, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, first of all, I just want to go ahead and say that I told you this before, Afi, when we was out and about. Marriage is like the military. It's not for everyone because it is legit work because it is a business. In America today, like my man was just saying, a lot of people will view marriage as more of a novelty than anything. They just seen it their whole entire lives. They seen the traditional examples through movies and TV shows and even magazines and advertisement and think that that's the American dream. That's what's supposed to happen. So you end up developing the sense where you feel that it's mandatory that I one day have to be married. But what they don't never do is they don't never break down of what comes with that. First and foremost, me personally, just like a lot of people who are in, I don't want to say happy marriages, but in health marriages, they know first and foremost marriage is a business, period. That's it. When people end up getting married for love, that's where the trouble happens because a lot of men end up getting married. I said this before, they end up dating with their dicks. And so they end up developing this lust for this person. They do not want anybody else to touch them. They become territorial. So they feel they have to wife that woman up. And I'm gonna go ahead and only speak from a man's point of view because we actually control the marriage because we're the ones proposing. But a lot of us men, we end up getting with women because we do not want any other man around them, and we think that's what's going to like keep the marriage intact. Like, hey, you're my wife, you can't do shit. Yeah, you're my wife, and you can't do shit. And then what ends up happening is things start to break in that marriage. But for me personally, if that when we have that, what you bring to the table talk, the person that you're marrying needs to complement the assets that you already have. So I'm very business minded. My wife is good with numbers. So when I need help when it comes to budgeting and QuickBooks, that's her lane. So she accommodates me on that. A lot of men are just marrying women just because they hot and they try to dictate everything they do by end up wifing up somebody who don't have anything to like lose, but everything to gain. So that's why a lot of these men are getting burned in those marriages. They're marrying somebody who literally did not come with anything. And I know right now we're in this area where we don't want to like date women with degrees. We don't care if you're educated. It's like shit. If you're a businessman, you're a CEO, and you just find out the person you're dating is like has a degree in marketing or some shit like that, you're gonna sit there and tell me you may not wife them up one day and put them in your marketing division to make your business grow. And that's what the problem right there. A lot of men have not even thought that far. If you look at the healthy marriages today, Bill and Melinda Gates, I know they're divorced right now, but Melinda ran that Microsoft show. A lot of people don't know that shit. Bill knew exactly what he was doing when he wifed her up. She brought something to the table. She was intelligent in what she did. There was a division that she ran that put Microsoft where they are at today. She was the brains behind everything. Bill Clinton and his wife, Hillary. Hillary was the brains behind some shit. A lot of men are not looking for women like that because they're afraid if she's too smart, she might try to outdo me. It's like no. Everybody has a role, and not many people are getting married to put themselves and exercise those roles. When you are a husband, yes, you are a leader, but this is still a business. You pretty much still got to go ahead and like make the blueprint. You still draw the plans, but your wife, she has to make the play go through. You're a head coach. Your wife is quarterback. If you guys don't have that type of relationship, your marriage is going to fail. And that's what you've been seeing all throughout these years. Every husband that got burned by their wife was burned by some woman who didn't come to the marriage for shit. Tiger Woods and his wife. What wasn't his wife like a nanny or some shit like that? It's like you're a multi-millionaire freaking branded golfer. What the hell are you doing marrying somebody who's not even on your level just because she's fine? And that's what a lot of these that's what a lot of these men do. They just want to wife them up because they're pretty for ego purposes, but they're not wifing them up because what they could do in the long run. Denzel's wife may not be that hot to some cats, but you look at John David Washington, Denzel's son, he speaks highly of his mom. Even Denzel said, my wife is one of the reasons why I'm hot today. She may not be a 10, But look where Denzel is at. He pays honor to everything that his wife has done to get to where he is today. He's one of the best known actors of our freaking time. Not many men are looking for women to pretty much bring some type of intelligence and some type of a blueprint or encouragement to pretty much elevate their status. We just want to wife up somebody who's fine, so we could look dope in front of our boys. Hey, you got game. You see his wife until the baby comes and shit hits the fan, and then you get divorced, and look what happens: child support, alimony. When you think of marriage as a business and you keep it that way, your marriage will succeed. I'm going on 9 years as of June, coming up, right? So obviously there must be type of understanding going on in my shit. But everybody else, it was ego, it was insecurity. And that's why a lot of these guys are pretty much, wifing them up. And so if you're not trying to wife up anybody who's not bringing some type of intelligence to the freaking table, oh yeah, then your shit's gonna be doomed from the freaking start.
And I have to agree with you on that because, like, I have, I know a lot of friends too who kind of they'd rush into marriage just because of that, and like the girls they married didn't bring anything to the table. So I do agree with you on that aspect. I mean, yes, when you're looking for someone to marry, you want to find someone who can bring value into your life and support you on your goals and everything, and who you guys can just get along. But you don't want to just like marry for love, because that's where a lot of guys today get blinded. Like, they believe in this whole Hollywood romance thing. And, I think that blinds them to actually really getting to know the person. And then they end up with these women who just like abuse them and, treat them like shit, or where it doesn't go, or, the marriage is horrible. Like I have, as I was saying, my brother, like he's in a marriage right now. And like, it's weird because he got divorced and he's back with this girl, but he's staying with the girl because he has nowhere else to go to, and he doesn't want to live with my mom. So that's the reason why he's putting up with that, and he's in a shitty situation. And the girl's actually been in and out of mental institutions and threatened to harm the child and stuff. And he's still like feeling bad. She's like, because no, this girl has an illness. That's why I'm still with her. And my mom and I can't, talk some sense in it, but it's also like to the point where it's driving my mom crazy too, because like she's worried for my brother's well-being and like my niece, so.
All right, let me say this real quick. Thank you for the Unique for the thank you Unique for the cash app. That's the first thing I want to say. Iceberg says, is we taking questions? Yeah. But you gotta super chat your questions unless it's something really that's good, you know what I mean? Then I'll take it. But if you want, you can super chat your question. As a matter of fact, you know what? You send me a cash app, I'll give y'all a preview of my new book. We talked about this earlier, and I want to give you props because you're doing a good job with your narrative. It's a good job, and that's only because he from the Bay Area. So yeah, that's the only reason why he know how to make it sound good. No, seriously, because most guys, the first thing that they say is not going to be, don't get married with your dick. That's not the narrative that people that want to get, they ain't going to say that. That's some Bay Area shit, I'm telling you. So good job for that. But let me look up and down these questions and see if I see some good ones though. Real quick, you guys can go ahead and elaborate though. Let me check out this chat.
And also what I wanted to mention is I know a lot of spaces out there are so anti on the marriage when they haven't even gotten to the commitment part first. Sometimes marriage is not even the problem. People just have a problem with just being committed, period. Just to one woman. That's tougher. Just giving your attention just to one woman. Like marriage is not the devil, and so you kind of like gotta learn how to just be committed to just one person, cater to just one person, emotionally entertain one person. And not a lot of men today can even do that shit right now. They can't. It's
Can I
tough.
ask you something? You said you're talking about committing to one person. Before you got married and everything with your wife right now, did you kind of make that transition from just like playing the field and stuff? And did you just get tired of that and just said, well, hey, I just want to be with one person? How's that?
Yeah. Let's see. This is what's funny about that, because a lot of players know, and the thing is, I don't like really saying the word, but that's what it is. A lot of players know.
Okay.
There's some type of an expiration date. There's just something that comes over you one day where it's just like, I'm tired. Like it's not that it's just too easy, but it's like I'm tired. Like because when you're a player, you're only going after one thing, but sometimes you want something bigger, better, something with a little bit more heavier substance. You want to be
Mhm.
able to pretty much, I don't want to say connect with somebody, but you do kind of want to bond with somebody on an intellectual level, and it's kind of hard to do that if you just smash with somebody because you really don't care what that other person thinks. Me, from a personal experience, I ended up kicking it with somebody who I actually ended up having an intellectual conversation with it and discussions with, and I actually ended up learning some stuff for them.
Mhm.
And as that continued, I ended up falling for them. And unfortunately, I know I broke, bad boy code, my bad. But yeah, I ended up developing a heart for them and everything. And they looked like, to me, they felt like somebody that I can rock with from here on out. I didn't want to be with anybody else. And I'm sure there was probably other women out there, but I wasn't looking at the time. I'm in my mid 30s at that point. So it was years ago, right? And
Mhm.
so you kind of just end up developing the sense that, what? I think I'm ready to like settle down, just have one. Like I'm tired of returning all these people. That's another thing too. You kind of get tired of texting multiple women. And I know, Afi, he said, he the king of flake and shit, and you kind of get tired of flaking. You get tired of being mean and shit. You're tired of being an asshole. Afi will admit it, like I'm a fucking
Oh,
asshole, bro. You don't give a shit. And so sometimes you kind of feel like, man, I'm tired of being an asshole. I kind of just want to chill and be cool. And then on top of all that, when you kind of have one person, especially if this person has your back and encourages you to do shit, you kind of want to do more in life. You put your mind is somewhere else. Like you wanted to start a business the whole entire time and you never did. But the moment you ended up having somebody in your corner encourage you, like, no, start that business. You should. You smart. You got potential. You know what you're doing. Really, you think so? Yeah, I think so. Your hoes wasn't doing that shit. You were just smashing them. But this one woman encouraged you, and all of a sudden lit the fire under your ass, and it's a go. Now you in your business, you doing your shit, and she's helping you. Like my wife, she created my logo and shit, for my business, for my nightlife business and everything.
Mhm.
So she's very, very artsy and things like that. So she brought something to the table, and I didn't feel like looking for somebody else who already had that. We got along, shit was cool. Why not? And now we have children together. The rest is history. But I do admit, I do be slipping on my roles. We could get into that later if we have a
Mhm.
discussion about roles and everything, because I don't want to like open a can of worms too soon. But yeah, I did play the field for a very, very, very long time up until the age of 34. And you kind of just like want something different. You want something new. And, that's just me. Some men can
Mhm.
like fuck everybody for years. That's fine. Me
Mhm.
personally, I was exhausted. I was tired, so I fell back on the game.
Mhm.
Real quick, shout out to Will. I see you, Mr. O. Shout out to the beautiful Topaz, who just came in. AM1 wanted to make sure I say what's up to my people. I got a question from Nelly Nell too. And but let me just ask this question before you answer. So I'm just answer this question for me, and then I'm gonna leave this question up here from Nelly Nell. Uh, why not just be in a committed relationship?
Oh, why not? See, me personally, I don't advise marriage. I don't. See, the committed relationship part is just as good. The only difference between being in a committed relationship is being married. One has a license and one has a license and the other one doesn't. That's it. The state is involved in the other one, and the other one you straight. But marriage has its tax benefits. It does. it does. But you said you didn't want
No.
you removed the money aspect out of
Yeah,
it.
you
But
You
then
did
earned
at the
it.
beginning of the
No, no, no,
show.
no. You
Yeah, you
earned it.
did.
You said enough. You said enough good shit to throw that in there because I just didn't want that to be the crutch.
right, yeah, yeah. So, and I didn't want it to be the crutch either.
You
But
earned
that's
it.
the only difference. That's really mainly the only difference because of what the government can provide, to married people. We get more shit, we get more of a refund, and we pay less taxes. That's about it. But to just be in a committed relationship to me is just as good. Honestly, and if I got any of my subs watching, I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry. But when marriage comes, it gets mighty, mighty comfortable. In my opinion, I think people in committed relationships without the marriage probably argue less than married couples. But that, like, you've heard of like marriage counseling, you ain't never heard of relationship counseling, really. You know what I mean? That's because it's not needed. But the thing is, when you're just in a committed relationship, you guys remember what you were and you stay where you were. You guys stay in shape. Your swag is still on point. And if you have a child together, you guys still take care of that child. You still know what's up. But you guys pretty much you act married. The only thing is there's no license. That's pretty much. But I don't never really just I mean I am pro marriage, but I never would tell anybody, hey, after you should get married, bro. Like no no no, I don't. I would never do that. It's just like, dude, you should just make her your main. She got you. She's smart and everything. She takes care of business, and it looks like you the reason why she's one of the reasons why you elevate even further. It looks like she kicked you some ideas, man.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make her that main. But I would never say wife her up. I mean that's your decision.
Mhm.
See, it seemed like you in the middle ground. It seemed like you. It
Yeah.
seemed to me like you ain't for a marriage. You just love your wife. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Right.
if we even get in a conversation about love, love varies with different people. They do. You people, like I said, we were talking about earlier how people will mix, like you said, your brother. It looks like he mixed lust for love. He fell in
Right.
love with the pussy and got married. And see, that's what's happening to a lot of dudes today.
Yeah, that's the
Us,
problem.
yeah,
Like,
and
I
us.
mean,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, if you take a different perspective when it comes to marriage, instead outside of the lust, I think, yeah, then like I could see, not right now, but once I don't know if I'll ever get tired of, being out there and sleeping around, but if I do, I probably look for that, if I were in having a committed and getting it in a long-term committed relationship or something, or if I decide to get married. But yeah, you just like don't want to do it for those reasons. That's what a lot of guys do. I've had, like I told you, several friends who like just rush into marriage and like 4 months later they get divorced and they get all depressed and everything. And it's like because you got too needy, you married for lust, and you were worried about losing that girl, so that's why you wanted to marry her. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys just need to like be more aware of when their feelings are taking over and just have more common sense and kind of have certain things that besides that when they're looking if they want to get married or looking for something long term to avoid the pitfalls of that because that's just where you hear all these crazy stories and everything and that kind of like deters people from marriage.
hmm And I really never subscribed to that. I mean, all of us here, we pretty much come from the divorce generation. We've been hearing about divorces since Johnny Carson and shit. We've been hearing
Mhm.
about this shit since the 80s, but that never really kept anybody from getting married because you actually have people out there who got married for, the right reason. And I'm gonna say this, to you about when you said, you don't know when you're gonna stop playing the field. And maybe what happened to me might end up happening to you. The moment you end up spending non-sexual time with one of your chicks where you actually get to see her insight on everything, you get to see her intelligence. Unfortunately, but fortunately, that's where it might end up beginning like, damn, you're actually kind of smart. I didn't know that shit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then you might want to kick it with her even more. You want to ask her, like, you want to go bowling? You going to start asking her if she want to do non-sexual shit with you. And Phillips can develop. And, we're only human. I mean, everybody,
Right. No, I hear you.
and players got feelings too. So I'm not going to act like,
Well,
everybody in chat will be like, fuck
no,
that. I ain't got no feelings for no bitch. But it's like,
I
it
agree. Like
happens.
I got in a situation with someone I was seeing like last year where it was like a I had met this girl and we were going I think it was like a 4 month thing. And towards the end, like I kind of
Rock,
got
present
that
this
way
question
too.
when you're done.
What?
Go ahead. Get Nelly's question when you finish. But go ahead. Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. So but I mean yeah, so no, I know what you're talking about. Like I've you know, been in that situation where I have like because I do have feelings, like I do care about people. So like I mean that's just what you're saying is true. And like so yeah, I just when I get to that state, I just have to be more aware of that and just kind of and I do question like should I continue to should I try to move it forward and make it something big, or should I just hold my feelings back. And I mean that is a thing that that you're right does happen. And there's even like some girls who I've been with who it's weird because like they've shown me like they've done a lot for me. They supported me. Yeah, like I have this one girl I'm seeing right now. She knows what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, and she's been very supportive, and like she's actually taken me out to dinner today for publishing my book and everything. So and I kind of like compare her to like all the other girls, and like, you know, some of the other girls just really don't do nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So let me
And
ask you this. Well, just I'm gonna ask you then. Let me answer this question. Do you think? And then hold this one, Reese, too, because I want to hear what you say about this. Do you think if you were to give her that title, things would change?
You know what?
oh,
Yeah, that well, yeah, because I'm looking at it differently. I think if I took on a different like perspective of it, yeah, it probably would change. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, that could happen, but you know, I mean, she's been kind of pushing for a relationship, but I told her I'm not looking to rush into anything, and she knows my situation right now, so we have an understanding of where things are at. But I know she's doing all these extra things because she wants, you know, me to eventually get to that point.
Okay, so Reese, this for you.
hmm,
Is there any other dynamics outside examples that you can make where married work? So let's talk to the younger cats. Because see, we're
hmm.
all 30 year olds, 35, and older cats. So we have a little bit of wisdom and experience to navigate this shit. So what about like, these couples and stuff that's like trying to get married out of college and stuff like that? What would you say for that?
Ooh, for couples getting married, oh shit. I'm gonna just be honest. I wouldn't.
Be
I
like,
will.
I found her, no
Well,
leave
that
for
happens a lot too, though. Yeah, people get married in college, though. That's the same reason out of us. Like,
Yeah, and people get married in the military too. And my brother was one of them. See, he got married at 20. And military, they push that on you because they want you to have something to come home to. That way you won't act up when you're out there in combat and do something stupid. Like they want to say, hey, think of your wife and you're 19. So they do shit like that. But me, I'm gonna go ahead and be as honest as I can here. Me personally, I would never ever, advise somebody under 25, especially men, to get married that young. I would, unless you got it really, really popping, as far as lifestyle and career. Because anybody that young, it's lust, you know it's love, but they don't have the business part. They don't. A lot of, and we all been there too. We all been in our mid 20s too, and we be wanting a wife from somebody quick, especially if they bad, because we're still in that pop culture era. These girls that we were dating at the time we were in our 20s, they were, had their eyes on Crazy Bone and shit and Bow Wow. They were looking at like the pop stars and everything, and they was calling all of them fine and whatever. Lil Wayne, they wanted something like that. So we kind of felt like we need to hurry up and put them handcuffs on this chick because I don't want, her to like think she could go run off with one of them, whatever. It's like we don't have the business aspect in our head. Some people in their mid 20s are still living at home. Why are you thinking about wifing up somebody right now? You don't even have nothing for yourself. So you already know, once again, they thinking about getting married with a dick. It's an insecurity, but it's not everybody. Some people may be out there genuinely love someone, but then again, how do you really know that you love them? Do you love them just because they're the only ones you've been with? Because your love is not tested until you dip. Let somebody 25 roll with me to South Beach or LA or something, and let's see if they still love that woman when they get back. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's see if you still in love with that chick when you roll it with me. And because if anybody rolls with me, I was Mr. Wingman for a minute. It's like, no, we gonna go talk to these chicks. Let's go. No, we gonna talk to. I don't give a fuck if they got bottles. We gonna walk up and they move or they booth, and we gonna talk to these chicks. That's what we gonna do. And let's see if you still gonna be in love when you get back to college.
hmm.
look at look at your options. I don't mean to destroy relationships or nothing like that, but if you even just have the thought of knowing you have options out there, because when you see your options, you pretty much figure out what your personal worth is. You do. And how is it guaranteed that the girl that you are with, that young, and she's the same age as you, how do you know that she's not going to like end up being approached by somebody 30s plus who's well established, who can give them the little things that they want, take them on a little Vegas trip, flew them out somewhere, because that's what 30-year-olds do. They like, they like to simp and shit. And she might end up digging that simp and shit because you not doing it. You can't pick her up whenever you want because you got to wait till moms get back with the car. But this dude could just pull up in a Range Rover and just take you on out. Spontaneous. You're not gonna like that feeling. And many girls, and you know what? Thank goodness for TikTok. Girls are really going up on there and letting everybody know. Unfortunately, yeah, that generation is letting all the men know what the game is about. Unfortunately, it's only just like an avenue of chicks. Those are kind of the ones you don't want to mess with. But the thing is, they're very, very unfortunately influential now. Women that shouldn't be listening to chicks like that are picking up on that shit, and they're being highly influenced by that. And it's kind of making it kind of a little bit like unfair for the guys. For the good guy, really ain't about that life. Some dudes out there genuinely just want to be with somebody with no drama, no trouble, and just do them. But now it's a hard world out there. It is, but nah, me personally, I wouldn't advise that unless you are well established and you got it going on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to address LDA. Press the one in the chat if you still in the chat room. I want to address his comment. I want to address my big bro's comment. You still here? Press one. Rob, put your book in the chat, bro.
Okay, well, I'll send it over to Bernie, actually, because I can't put anything in the chat. I'll send everything over to Bernie, and he'll put it for me. Bernie, I'm sending some stuff to you on Instagram.
I'm not going to say it. And shout out to Third Ward. I ain't going to say it. Is dating dead? Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different generation right now.
Social media has destroyed the concept of dating and marriage.
Oh, should we?
Yeah, when you were talking about the TikTok, are you saying that so a lot of girls getting on there telling other girls not to get married or take advantage of guys? What is it that's on TikTok?
If you notice, if TikTok is kind of like it's like some assassin shit. A lot of people will put certain content on TikTok that just has like a little undertone to it. It's like a dog whistle. Yeah, they're putting up stuff that's supposed to be like entertaining and trivial, but it's not. They really feel that way, and there's some people out there that agree with that shit. But me personally, I believe that that's just a small number of women that actually believe in that shit. And I do want to address the comment. What was that my man Unique that said social media pretty much killed the concept of marriage? Is that what he said?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
I got you, AW, and I see you, Lawrence too. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the thing is, even though social media is very broad, but it's very, very influential. Me, I don't think that it totally killed the idea for dating. Or maybe if people want to say social media killed dating, it's like there could be an argument, but there could be an argument there. But if it killed the concept of dating to marriage, I wouldn't say too much because my crowd really is not on social media constantly like that. That's like some young shit. And people are actually still getting married today, believe it or not. Like they have pages dedicated to like newlyweds now that is really, really overlooked. The whole negativity of the negativity aspect of dating, it's more entertaining, so it seems to be more amplified, but there are a bunch of people out there still dating with success. There's just no platform to talk about it. Who wants to hear about successful dating? Who wants to watch that channel? You want to hear some red pill, black pill shit, and it's more entertaining. It's more funny. Nobody wants to hear me and my wife today, we were on Cabo today, and we had a lovely trip with the kids. You don't want to hear that shit from me. You want to hear some drama. It sells, it gets numbers and everything, and that's what social media is pretty much used for. But a lot of people who probably been through some real shit, they can develop like a PTSD off of that shit, and so they really don't fuck with it as much, But me personally, people are still having success. The ones that's having success in dating are the ones who are constantly not on social media. They're outside all day.
Yeah, right. And I agree because I used to turn to a lot of that, on my journey towards my self-development. I would, go on a lot of social media stuff and, YouTube and watch a bunch of content. It really got me confused to the point where I was just it kind of changed my mindset about things. And I had to kind of let go of some of that because mostly some of the red pill stuff, because it's all negativity towards women. And when you go out there, you actually you think about this. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have this or that, and it was stopping me from being confident. I had to kind of filter that out, to go out there and make the success for myself. I mean, so people can still go out and have success. I think they just got to be careful what they allow in their mind, because if they're watching too much stuff that's saying you're not going to have this or that, or this, all women are bad or marriages are bad, then that's how they're going to think.
Oh yeah, that's it. And look, and now you over here doing a collab with Afi. So if you can end up consuming a whole lot of Afi, You're gonna be successful. You end up reading a lot of Offie books. You're gonna be successful. And you know, and shout out to LDA because I already picked up his book and everything. I said this was some shit that should be read every day. Yeah, LDA's book is very small. Something that you should be reading every day, and then you could pop off in life. Like that shit, right? Like people need to consume more and more of that. But the thing is, society is very sensitive now. So people like to band with other people who've been burned. So they love listening to the red pill shit. And unfortunately, yeah, I gotta talk shit. The red pill shit is for hurt motherfuckers. It is. That's what happened. Like Rolo Tomasi's red pill was pretty much like the, in other words, like the war on masculinity. He was just gaming you up. But the modern day red pill is basically saying no more chicks. Be on your purpose. Everybody over here watching this channel right here is on their purpose or finished with their purpose, moving on to another purpose.
Real quick.
So we will never stop. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Low LDA, go ahead and post your link in the your book that we're talking about. Post it in the chat, bro, so cats can pick it up. And I'm gonna address Lawrence. He said being a player gets old. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Living yourself never gets old. And everybody who don't want to be married don't need to be a player. We just don't want to be married. You know? Because loving
I think it just
yourself
varies from different
feels good. Let me see. Let me get JW's question real quick. Okay, so now I addressed that. So JW says, since people are going to change over time, how have you made peace with yourself in case that marriage does fail down the line? Wouldn't you say committing yourself to possibility of success?
Is that a question for somebody? Or is that? My question. My bad. I thought we was alternate. I kind of felt like I was talking too much. That was a long question. So it says, since people are going to change over time, have you made peace with yourself in case the marriage does fall down? Okay, that's actually a pretty good question. When I fall, the house falls. She doesn't fall unless I do. And that's one of the things that, and you know what? And that's just not marriage. That's just commitment, period. When we set the volume for everything, we set the standard. Like that's why we get creeped out when we like lose our job or something, when we lose income, because we know now that our shit changed, the lifestyle is going to change. She may change, or she might still be supportive of you. She might just be like, it's all good, you'll go ahead and get another bag or whatever, or let's go ahead and work on another hustle, get that lick, and I'll help you. Some people are like that, but I know what you mean. But I made peace when I found out what's going to be the cause of the fall, which is going to be me. If my wife gets tired of me, that means there's something about me that has changed. And being as married as long as I have, that's happened before. Like we get in tons of freaking discussions about me not being affectionate enough because I'm not the most kissy dude ever. I'm not. It's like I only like to like make out when it's time to go in the bedroom and that's it. But I'm not really to like sit on the couch and make out during Netflix shit and then watch a movie. Like I was never that cat. But that was something that she desired. So when I stopped doing all of that shit, she really didn't want to fuck with me anymore. Then I'm on some like, what the hell is wrong with you shit? It's like, nah. When it comes to a committed relationship, it's a two-way street, and I really had to learn that. So I kind of had to like come off of my bullshit. I'm like, okay. I will be a little bit more affectionate. And I know there's a lot of cats out there who got their player platforms who will disagree, be like, fuck what she thinks. But this is a marriage, and I chose her. She has needs. She has desire. Me showing affection to her is what made her feel like a freaking lady. It was one of the reasons why she fell in love with me. If she hates me, she leaves. And yeah, I could go back to the streets and do what to do it again, but that means I failed on what I was supposed to do. She loved me because I made her feel like a lady. So yes, it is a job, and I talked about that with her. It's like it feels like a chore when I have to do these certain things because you get comfortable when you're in a committed relationship or a marriage. You get very, very comfortable. But sometimes she ain't with that. She married you because you were affectionate. Like I had to continue to remember that shit, grow up and just push through it. Like, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll do better. I'll go ahead and do more. And you know what? A lot of men are not ready for that. A lot of men are really not ready for, like like my man. It's probably the same thing with you. You can't imagine constantly entertaining a woman's emotions You got a book out now. You probably got a YouTube platform. Probably want to work on a podcast. Want to go mainstream. You ain't got time to keep on making out with
Right,
a chick.
exactly.
So
So I had to
you're
turn
not
it
there
away,
yet.
just like,
This
and besides,
here's
like,
another question real quick.
okay.
For Merciless, he says, how many, because he talked about his player background. So how many years of dating experience do you think a man needs to have before he ever considers being married? And you can cross between and say bodies too. You can say years or bodies. What's a sufficient amount of years a cat need to be single, or bodies? Do you think a cat needs to be with 10 girls,
That's
50 girls, 100 girls,
Um,
50 girls? What you think?
well, me personally, I didn't really start sleeping around hard until I got into like my 30s. So I know some cats will say they've been fucking since they was 16 and shit. Nah, I'm a late bloomer. I didn't pop off until like like my early 30s. And then what happened, it became monstrous from there. Because in my 20s I wasn't shit. I wasn't. But to me, it really doesn't depends on like a whole lot of bodies. I mean, that's just you nutting off. It is. But the experience does come with the quality of women you grab, and also how are the women responding to you. Anybody could fuck, that's whatever, but how are they responding to you? Meaning, do they know when your birthday is coming up, and do they want to swoop up on your birthday and take you out first? See, when you get women like that, then the game changes. I mean, there's levels to all of that shit, and I think that's what's missing in today's game. They don't talk about the good types of women that there are. They got like the most over generous women. If you like most players, like when everybody knows who you are, where your game is that deep, and a bunch of high quality women, what my man call them, the 92 octanes and shit. When all of these women cater to you, very generous to you, basically want to keep you, my God, that just lets you know what type of dude you are. Fucking doesn't mean anything because all of us fucked a mud duck once or twice in life, 3 times. We all had on beer goggles at one point. Sometimes we don't even count that shit. Getting the nut off doesn't matter. But what does matter is how many hot, high value quality women respond to you generously. How many of them hit you up out of the blue? Y'all, I'm in town. Can I take you out? How many of them are treating you? How many? I'm not saying that they tricking off you, but yeah, how many of them are tricking off you? That really determines the type of guy that you are. It does.
Mhm.
So when you have like these quality women that keep coming at you, then you're probably going to start thinking about, okay, if I do settle down, I know what type of woman I want. This is the
Right.
kind of woman I want. But
Can I
still, what kind of guy do you want to be? Yeah.
add something to what you said? So I did a video not too long ago about like, just kind of, sleeping around and everything. And what, my mentor, one of my first mentors, David X, who I worked with and everything, he always just, and I believe this is true, but he said, you know what, sleep around with a bunch of women and eventually you'll find one that, hooks you, that, where you get along and everything. And I believe that's true because like when you're going out there and you're meeting all types of women, and then this can, you're kind of getting to know yourself and what you want. You know what type of women you're attracted to, besides like having sex and everything. And so I think eventually once you can figure that out, and you come meet that person, I think maybe that's the time to consider that. So I just would just encourage people to go out there and live life, experience it that way while they're doing that. And eventually, like that will come, and I can't really put a time on that, but it's how much
Yeah.
effort you put into your dating life.
Yeah, and that's why I had to agree with Offie. That's why I had to agree with Offie when he was talking about like being a player never really gets old, because let's just say we do use that dynamic. You just fucking a lot. You're just having a whole lot of sex or whatever. And if you're only trying to if you're having a whole lot of sex just to find the perfect person, whatever. I mean, that's not the greatest tool because it depends on your
Well,
environment.
dating too, not just that. But no,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think that's just how it's done. Like I mean, because I think, like I said, people who don't go out there and just date, I think they just got to date around, because sometimes they'll just end up with the wrong person out of like desperation, or they don't think they can do better, and then they get in, like you're saying, with these bad marriages and everything, and because they're out of lust and stuff, and they got to set that aside too,
Yeah. No,
before they
you're
make
right.
that decision.
And it also depends. It also depends on your environment too. I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna let you go. It also depends on your environment too, because let's just say you've been sleeping around. Let's just say we've been sleeping around the Bay our whole entire life. The game changes when we get to LA. The game will change when we get to Atlanta. The game is going to change when we get to South Beach because the environment is different. The gab you got may not work on everybody else. So now when you come back home, now you've kind of figured out who you really are, or you just figured out who you weren't. Because everybody wants to be the international player, where you could pretty much game up anywhere. See, you even got the passport, brothers who have zero game here, so they got to go to Colombia. That's not a jab. Maybe it is, but maybe it is. But if you don't have game on your soil and you got to fly across somewhere else to whether I'm not saying they tricking, but to pull something that you think is better, then that's not good. It's
Right.
like
No, I don't agree with that. I just think that like I don't know, that's just a mindset people have that they have to
yeah.
This is what I don't like. Let me say something about AM1. AM1 and see, AM1 is another Oakland cat. You see, the Oakland Cats are a certain kind of way, bro. He says red pill just means realistic about the world. To be honest, I don't even really consider myself red pill. I just say that
Right.
to kind of just say to the audience, I kind of vibe with y'all. But I didn't come to the space because a chick did some shit to me and I try to figure out why. And I didn't come here to try to figure out about female nature. Minister
Yeah.
Jap brought me here because he was talking about single mothers, and I thought it was funny because I hadn't heard people outside of the people that I know talk about their experiences. And then
Right.
Mr. Lucario brought me to the dating space because I see him on Tariq Nasheed. So I wasn't never like searching for answers. Like I just came across shit that I thought was entertaining, like some locker room talk. And I'm like, hell yeah, they talk about
Yeah.
they talk about bitches on the internet, all this shit. Hell yeah, I'm fucking with it. But it wasn't ever like I need to make a decision and I am blue pill now. I must. That ain't never been me, bro. So y'all
Yeah. No, you're
saying
right, because that's how I was. Like I just peeped. Everything was very informative, especially when I what iced the cake was ARC. When I got to mode one, I was like, holy shit! Like that iced the cake. I mean, Alan Roger Curry was the last person I heard of because I heard everybody else. Yourself, Ron Wills, everybody. When I got to ARC, I was like, that's it. I'm done. I don't think anybody can top the mode one shit. Basically, just letting people like letting the ladies know what you really want. Because I was like, that's it, that's it. And the thing is, everybody that pretty much has a book out by now, they didn't consider themselves red pill, like yourself, Afi, and Ron Wills and ARC.
yeah,
Ricardo,
we were just
EO. None of them called themselves. They never called themselves red pill. It was just game, and game is information. Game is mainly self improvement. It really don't got nothing to do with women. It doesn't. I've said that before. It's pretty much about you establishing yourself, being on your purpose, taking care of yourself, aka being an asshole. Because when we take care of ourselves, we're called assholes. And, shout out to Yancy because that's what she said in her book, pretty much. But yeah, she didn't. But that was the point of the game. It's life. It's you. It's your personal instructions for you. Red pill. Red pill was a plus. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that you can't learn shit from the red pill community. You can, but when I want to talk to chicks, the red pill content. Well, I say the modern red pill content doesn't help me with that. It helps me what to stay away from, but it
Right.
doesn't
I
let me
agree with
know
you on
what to
that.
holler at.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
the main
that's
thing
what
that
I
I
got.
like about the red pill is because it's not necessarily okay. Let me say what I'm saying first, then it'll make sense. I am a selfish person, not like I treat people bad, but I put myself first in red pill mindset because, like they say, the blue pill mindset, they put the women first. And the red pill, put yourself first. So that's my connection to the red pill because I put myself first, and y'all cats over here, that blue, y'all put the hoes first. So I'm more red pill. I like myself better. So that's my connection to it. Shout out to AM1 for the super chat. He says all successes that can be married can be had unmarried. It's unnecessary to be together for kids and or about biz. Good comment right there. Let me stroll on down. Y'all can go ahead. I just want to get that. Hey, beautiful animated. What's going on, baby? What's going on, brother? Love. Thank you for coming back. I see you, Viking Paradigm. What's going on, my brother? I see you, Tro. I'm gonna get your ass blocked. Don't never come back. Thank you, RPA. We are versatile over here, man. And later on, we're gonna talk about the music game, what Matic beats, because we got a double dose of this pimping today. So y'all make sure y'all also tune at 5:30. We're gonna have Matic on, and he's gonna talk about producing and shit like that. And maybe we can get some underworld stories because I know y'all wanna hear some hoes. So stay tuned.
That's the stuff people like.
Let me see.
You know, I was actually gonna bang out a few. When my body count grows up on YouTube, I promised that I was gonna go ahead and unleash my little underworld stories too. Because I'm a former stripper, so everybody want to know. Oh shit!
There you go,
Wait.
got the stripper.
That's new information.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I told you. Oh, my bad. Oops, exclusive, raw exclusive.
That's top
Okay,
secret.
now,
Just
so
shared it for
now,
everyone.
so now, so now we got a whole other thing going on. Now you are ex stripper now. What was this? What's the? Oh yeah, put some fire in the chat. Talking out me language. Let's get into this. I didn't know that. Let's get into this part.
Uh,
Excited. You are
See,
for
I was trying to keep it like where we was at and shit.
No,
Like
dude,
that should be a
brought it
whole
up.
nother stream, bro. A whole nother stream.
I want smoke on camera. This is what I want to hear about. What's this going on about?
'Cause, we need to talk about my man's book. The man has a new book. That shit, like I said, for respect for my man's book, that needs to be a separate stream. It does. Like this is a celebration for my man's book. Talking about books and marriage.
Obviously, like no exception. Go for it.
Is Auntie
We
on
got the
milk?
fire signs in the chat now too.
All right, man. See, I can't unhear it now. So now I lost my focus. Hold on, let me try to get it back. Cause okay, what? So how old were you when you were stripping? Let's just I'm gonna tip you
Oh
to
shit!
it.
I started at what 30, 30, 30, 30, 31. Yeah, somewhere right there. Yeah, it was a little Bay Area company here. It was private parties. I was never up in no club.
Oh,
That's why. Nah, we just did the house shit.
You used to be in the east at the over there.
What's up?
You know they used to have the shit downtown Oakland, and then they had the one in the east.
Oh, that boy toy shit. Nah, I ain't never fuck with that. Oh God, no. No. Just the house parties, like the bachelorette parties and the birthday parties, all private. I ain't never did no public shit. No, that was never my route. Shit. It
I
was.
bet you got a lot of tales
So you had
from those
stripper
private
friends, right? You
parties.
had a little crew like partners and stuff.
No, it was just me. When you get mentored and shit, I was like, I didn't kick it with them and all that. It's like, cause it's competition, bro. It is because there's only a handful of you and shit, and then so they teach you whatever, and you pretty much got to go ahead and brand yourself differently. Do come up with like your own performance, your own showmanship or whatever. That means they give you the game on that, and then you're pretty much on your own. And after that, you just kind of just got to wait for the calls to come in, for you to get booked in. Yeah, that was a very interesting year, and I'm gonna tell you something. What's up?
I, I want to hear about a crazy party, bro. Why don't you tell me about a crazy party that one of your stripper
Yeah, I
friends?
want to hear a crazy party. Obviously, got me going on this shit now. I will have
So
to
you're
do
like,
an interview with you about this on my channel.
that's why I was like, I don't mind doing that shit. It's like we're trying to celebrate the man's book and talk about marriage and shit. But I will say this. I will say this though. When you're in that underworld area,
Oh, I used to
right there.
bounce, right?
Oh, for real? No, I didn't know you used to bounce. Nah, I didn't know you
Yeah,
used to bounce.
stripper party, bro. That's why now you trigger me, bro.
Yeah, I did. I had no idea, bro.
I used
But
to be out there grabbing the monies back and all of that. They be trying to put their foot on it and do all of that.
oh, okay, yeah. See, and I always had my homies with me, so we always came in deep because I'm gonna tell y'all something. That was the first. Okay, now you want to talk about taking the red pill? That right there was a bucket of red pills that was thrown on me. I'd never seen a side of women than what I saw when I started dancing for them and shit.
Hold on. I be telling guys, bro, if
Hey, wow.
you like all of this lovey-dovey shit, then you need to go to some bachelorette parties, and it might change your mind because those girls be off the hook. And you know the thing that kills me about it is the mindset of the woman, bro. Because the mindset of the woman
Yes.
into these parties, it's like they forget, right? So they go into it like, I got one more day of being single. With no, you were engaged, stupid. What the fuck you doing?
Mhm.
You're in a relationship. It's like they give themselves a hall pass because they're getting married tomorrow, and it's like, no, you're still in a relationship. Like, it's like, since they're elevated to marriage, then the relationship part don't matter. Like, no, you still supposed to be in a committed relationship. And I
Mhm.
tell
No.
you, when I started doing those, I said, I don't even know about all of this. I don't even know.
Uh,
And then I thought
you're-
maybe it was
Sounds
this party,
crazy.
maybe it was just this time. And then I went it again, and then it's just like, well, gosh, it's every time. There's different scenarios, but it's all out of pocket shit
it
that I
is. And then
you
let me say this.
tell them that, bro. I be saying, you accept. Don't be letting your girl go to these bachelorette parties. I don't care if she say you insecure. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. I'll be insecure. Just trust me on this. Just
No,
no. Just no.
no, you're
She may
right.
even have good intentions. She may have good intentions, but when she gets around 10 to 15 girls with guys, peer pressure, and alcohol, she may just want to try some stuff, bro. I'm just trying to put y'all on game.
Oh, I'm sure there's a
She's
lot of
gonna,
crazy
she gonna
shit.
say all her friends was off the hook and just be like, and then she wasn't doing nothing. That's how she gonna tell you the story.
But one thing I could say is because people just have this fantasy like it's just a bunch of tens. Like that's real. I probably like remember only doing like parties where like all the women were bad. The majority of the parties I did, all the girls were the BBW. Shout out to the BBWs because they be the wildest ones, and I'd be kind of like that's why I had to like really hit the gym hard because these women who are 200 pounds plus, they get the grab, and you got to pretty much figure out a way to muscle your way out and just be like, yo, calm that shit down. But when I did a party for the AKAs out there for San Leandro one time, that was red pill for me. Like I had no idea. We're talking about AK. If anybody knows the AKA, it's almost like you got to be fine to be in that sorority. And you had every shade of women, sisters up in there from light skin to dark skin, and they all freaking bad, all tens, liquored up, ready to go. And see, this is why your content creators about the game tells you to get that looks money status shit out of your hand. Out of your head. I came in there at 30 years old, no money, no status, just being a dancer or whatever. Now, when they talking about looks, I mean, genetics is going to be, it's going to play a part. But they saw the body. I didn't have shit else. I was just grinding and dancing, whatever, and they were wild. They didn't give a shit about what my name was, what I did. But besides that, they were just ready to go. And I don't want to go on too much because, of course, that's a whole nother stream about sexual attraction and things like that.
We gonna
It was that.
we
That's
gonna
what just
we
turned
gonna
them
let
on.
we gonna let Brother Love just go to Dancing Bear. That is not porno stuff. That kind of stuff.
That's why
Yeah,
I should
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. This is for real life, bro.
If
I
I
know
go to
you.
dancing bear.
I want to tell you, oh yeah, that's just the porn. That ain't real life. Yes, it is real life, bro. It is real life, and somebody you might
Mm.
have somebody on some. They might find a rhythm like this going on. Your girl
Yeah.
might find a rhythm like this going on or something, and then she might have a girl pushing her head with the rhythm going on or something. I'm just telling you what I've seen before.
Oh, but I want to add this, but that's a handful of people. Me personally, the ones that you really need to be, worried about are the women that go to the strip clubs that are for, to the gentlemen's clubs. The ones that love getting lap dances from women with big titties and booties and stuff like that. They get more wild. Like the whole dancing with men, that's whatever. Look at how girls get when they got a baddie on them. That will boggle your mind. You kind of be jealous of that. Like, damn, like these girls would love to have a lap dancer like Erica Mena or something. These girls get turned on by other girls. Most dudes ain't gonna rock with that. They're gonna be mad about that shit. They are. But girls flood strip clubs with ladies dancers. They do. That be the majority of them in there. I've been like you ever been to a strip club in Vegas? There's majority women customers. There's
Oh,
barely there's
Oh
Magic
yeah,
barely
I've
women
seen
in
them
there.
there.
City.
Yeah, I've
Go to
seen
Magic
some.
City. Magic City be like 75% women, and they be doing and they do
Oh,
stuff, and they spend the most. Well, I ain't gonna say this. They spend the most money like regular, but like rappers, they can't outdo the rappers. But I'm just saying, like the regular cat, in contrast to a group of cats, the women will make it rain more. Shout out to TOP. Salute to you, bro. TOP says females treat men like objects just as much or more than God. Yeah, the first party I went to, bro, I almost got into a fight. I almost got into a fight with the chicks, bro. And I'm telling that story for a $20 super chat. I don't want to talk about it because it hurt my feelings.
That should be a $50 super chat.
No, I do. I do it for 20. I would do it for 50 if I fought the girls. Almost. So that's almost is 20. Actual tussle gang is 50, but it wasn't a tussle gang. So I ain't gonna. Hey, it was a lingerie party too. This party was 20 hoes in there with nothing on but lingerie and shit.
Oh damn!
Ooh.
My boy ruined my life. He should have never showed me that kind of stuff on a consistent basis.
Yeah, it's wild. No, it's wild though.
Let me see. Chicks encourage other chicks to be whores. Go. Dum, 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 dum.
That should be a good thing, right?
And see, and unfortunately for the man that's like ready to settle down, that's what he has to compete with. He does. He has to compete with like the women that don't want to settle down, and that's where he gets his heart broken. Those are the men that get burned, they're not developed up on their mindset, and then they go to the red pill content, and it just fuels them even more to the point where they stop being red, they go black, and they're just like fuck the world instead of just accepting shit. And the thing I do want to tell everybody, not every chick is going to be wild. They might, but women do tend to grow out of it. Like LDS said, like being a player, like being a player can get old for the ladies. It really could. They could just be like, I'm tired of this shit. Like I'm tired of the Netflix and chill. Like I actually want to I want a body here next to me full time. Like I'm tired of just a man coming over, sleeping with me, and leaving the next morning to go do whatever. Like you got these women out there that they really get tired of that shit. If people want to bring up the wall, whatever. But there is a time where a woman wants to be a lady now. And I know a lot of cats out there will be like, oh, well, they had their moment. A lot of these women were not brought up with the sense of, self-respectability. They weren't. To give them the benefit of the doubt. And the reason why I'm saying that shit is because I have a daughter. And so I have to drill her about self-respectability. Like you pretty much have to take care of yourself. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Like, yeah, dad games her up on my shit. Really. So yeah, I kind of do gotta be on the fence about the shit. That's just me, just being a dad, But a lot of these women, there was zero guidance. Amber Rose was the new influence. Like Affy, I peeped your content, especially when you said that all women are single. Unfortunately, this is true. This is true. So, fellas, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I can see it could be exhausting because men out there, they're ready to settle down too. They're getting tired of the ratchet shit. Affy, you said it many a times. We have rewards for ratchetness. We do. And the men are making it worse. We're making it rain on the ratchetness. We're putting ratchetness on social media. We are exposing it. It don't matter how many times a woman will put herself out there twerking or doing some egregious shit. But there's dudes out there loving it, giving it likes, giving it shares. There's dudes out there that are making it viral. That's what's happening.
Right? No, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you got this corner of men that are watching this just like, I would love to settle down. I'm ready to have a family, but damn, where are the good girls?
Right.
Then they run into the red pill content. They're like, there's no such thing as a good girl. There's no such thing.
Brother Love for the Cash App. If y'all see me a Cash App, let me in the chat because I don't always be seeing it. So thank you, Brother Love, for the Cash App. I want to know real quick. Initial parody. He said, "Good shit, Affy. Gotta love 90% only. Keep the remaining for yourself," like Patrick O'Neal said. I'm trying to think. Are you the guy who got the channel who just interviewed the porn star? I'm thinking I know when this is. I think I know who this is. Are you the cat who got the channel and you wear the wig? Is that you?
What?
What? What
No,
the
serious.
wig?
Because I don't got the Instagram name, but I'm not. I think that might be him. Is that you, initial parody? You got the. Oh, you don't have it. Okay, no, it's the guy. I forgot his name, but he's like he dresses up in the suit. He wears his wig, and so he acts like a news reporter kind of guy, but it's like fake. But his interviews be real. So I was going. I was. He got a channel too, but okay. It's cool. It's still all love and this parity out because I just watched that interview, so I was gonna say something about it, but that wasn't you. Y'all gotta put avatars up sometimes, bro. I can't be understanding these default names, bro.
Especially if you're a content creator, like.
Picture up, put your shit up, like I'm pimping, whatever, or I'm married, whatever, however you want to do it, put it in, put the picture up. JW says all women have options. They don't even be aware of the number of guys in their orbit. They don't for sure.
Right.
You brother. Iceberg got a question. We can all answer this. We'll start from Reese, Rob, and then we'll go to me. What's the definition of a good girl? What you got?
That's the definition of a good girl, of a good woman. Unfortunately, innocence. Right now, my daughter is a good girl. She hasn't experienced anything. She hasn't experienced that dark side yet. And she's 13, will be a freshman later on this year, going into high school. She's unaware of what's going on, and there's no influence yet. So right now, yeah, she's still a virgin, duh, of course. But she does not yet. She has not been dragged into the dark influence and made a move on it yet, which is actually still making her, making it good for the moment. So that's pretty much my definition. You're inexperienced, uninfluenced, and you still have that innocence about you, especially when it comes to anything sexual. I will even give her the game about when college comes around. Just protect yourself. Condoms, like please make him put a bag. Go get your own bags to give to him because diseases are wild, way wild. Same thing, yeah. The same thing with chicks. Like I honestly had to get out of the game, years ago when I found out girls was catching herpes from other girls. That when I heard that shit, I was like, I was done.
Like that ruined your perspective.
Yeah, I was like, I did not know that was possible. I was like, I'm done. Time to like sit it down because yeah, shit gets a little bit too wild on the lady side. See, the thing is, men we're like so damn amplified because of like what you see in porn or whatever. Like they everybody got to use porn as an example for like what the men do to women and all that other shit. And that's really not true. It's like the ladies, y'all wild, but on the low. That's the thing. We never know. We never like when people want to talk about the body count. You'll never know about that shit. But yeah, just to answer the question, so far a good girl is hasn't been influenced by the negative masses, untouched, uninformed, still just got pure innocence there. And if they do it all the way until they're none, good for you. But I don't know how long that shit gonna last. But that's just my definition of a good girl.
Good stuff, brother. What you got, Rob?
I would just have to say my definition of good girl is someone who who's submissive and goes out of their way to do stuff and support you and everything, and who's able to think for herself and not let the media or her friends like brainwash her. I think that's like really hard to find these days because like everyone is influenced by like social media and stuff like that. But I do believe like the more you put yourself out there and like with the experience you get, you're going to come across girls that can be submissive, who are going to support you on your journey, and who are able to be kind of free thinkers and authentic. And you just got to go out there and meet them. But it's going to be some time, but you eventually get there.
My take is, ain't no such thing as a good girl. There ain't no good girls, bro. There's just girls that are good for you. You feel me?
There you go. Yeah.
Girls that are good for you. There isn't a woman who is made like, oh, she has this, and this. She's a good girl. Yeah, she's a good girl for that man that she like. But for somebody else, she may be a bad girl. You see what I'm saying? A girl may have cheated on me, But then she could be Rob's. She might like the way Rob treat her and go down on her. And guess what? She was with me for 15 years. I ain't never went down on her. So then she might not cheat on him. There ain't no such thing. It's about the woman who's good for you and fit your needs and you fit her needs, and then you have a good relationship. Because there ain't no such thing as a good girl. It's just like everything else. Like people will put up. It's just like this. You will get a girl and go to the club and you will have a one night stand with her, right? Now, boom. For you, she was a slut, but for the next cat,
that's a good girl.
Really like her and build with her, and you be thinking, damn, that nigga doing all that because she's actually good to him. You see, people miss that part. So just like me, am I a good guy? I can be. But it ain't just like that. I don't just step to the table. I'm a good fucking guy. What we got, ladies? No, you gotta earn that shit, and you gotta get the points to reveal it from me because I ain't giving nothing good at first. That's just what it is. I ain't no red carpets. I'm the king. The red carpet is already right here, and then this is the throne right here behind me. So there ain't no such thing. It's just like oh, I met a girl and she has 0 kids. She's a doctor and drives a Benz. Okay, for a cat that likes material shit, that's a good girl for him. But for me, I don't give a fuck about that shit. She got a bad attitude.
Right, it varies from person to person. I like that's a good perspective. That's a good way of looking at it too, Aussie.
I'm going with there is no definition. Real quick, Viking says no good girls, good shit. Just some compliant ones that are teachable. Most cats just not willing to do the work teaching them once they show you true compliance. Good stuff. Nelly Nell, he says, is wanting to have kids bad motivation to get married? I like that question because I'm gonna even be real. I kind of went down that road because I didn't want to be married really, but at the time when I had kids, I was considering to be married because I wanted more what's the word I want to use? I wanted just something more in stone to kind of keep a family together because like my father passed away when I was young, so being a father was very important to me, but I knew that I never wanted to be a baby father though. I don't want to, it's my weekend, baby. That shit. That was never my thing. So what y'all
Bro,
think?
you know who you sound like, dude?
Oh,
Alan Roger Curry said what you just said. He never wanted to have a baby out of wedlock.
yeah.
That's why, and he got married. And to answer his question, to me, the only bad motivation to get married is because you don't want nobody else to have the other person. That's the worst motivation to get married. But having children, like if you plan to have children in wedlock, me personally, I don't see a problem with that. I had my first child in wedlock. I had my first child at 40. Yeah, my son came and crashed my birthday weekend at 40. So I wasn't trying to be a baby daddy either. And I did the same thing. It's like, yeah, I wanted to have children, and I've had the same mentality that you and ARC had. Like,
Yeah.
to me, it just seems better to have a baby with my wife, not my girlfriend. Like I wanted a base, I wanted to have a baby with my wife. We all got the same last name. Legacy continues.
Yeah.
I did not want a baby mama. I did not want to be that statistic. And a lot of people try to keep their marriages intact because nobody likes a divorce, but nobody wants to be able to say, my ex-wife. They don't want that problem with their children. Nobody wants to say that, so they do anything they can to save a marriage. But some shit falls, unfortunately. But to me, it's good.
And that's not to say that Caps will be like, well, you could be married, your girl can still leave you. Yeah, but it's different leaving your girlfriend and leaving your wife. I want to leave
That's negative as fuck.
I could just block her fucking ass and just continue life. That's not how the marriage shit works. My
it doesn't.
wife can't get married to me and just be like, I'm tired of Avi's ass, block, and then it's just over. Like, no, there's repercussions behind that. So it will. I'm not gonna say it's gonna keep you together, but it'll make you think. You know what I'm saying? Because you got more shit on the line now. It's a serious business. Shout out to L Nixon and shout out to Beautifully Animated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, speak on it, Rob.
Oh well, I was just gonna say it's all like I mean, it's good. It could be good motivation depending on like who for the right person, but you don't want to make that the only. You don't want to get married just to like, have kids. You want to make, if like I remember this one girl was like tried to rush me into marriage because she wanted to have kids. Yet this is actually the ex that I moved out here with. She actually she knew that she was on that, her clock was ticking, and she said, well, I'm not getting married. I'm not, I told her I'm not really going to have kids with anyone until I get to know them for a while and get married. And she told me that was the reason why she wanted to marry me, was just to have kids, just to get me to have kids. And like, and I said no. She actually bought our wedding rings. I swear to God, man. She remember went to Las Vegas. I was transitioning out here, meet up with my friend. She was there. When I met her in the hotel room, she had both our wedding rings. She wanted to get married in Las Vegas. I'm like, I haven't even lived with you yet. and so she was, and I did buy an engagement ring. But I actually returned it because I was going to surprise her in Vegas. But when I got to Michigan, I thought about it more. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Because, I'm glad I'm logical and assess these things. So I actually returned the engagement ring. Yet it was so weird. She actually said she was going to exchange her grandma's engagement ring so she can get the money to afford our rings. And she did that. And it just didn't happen. And sure, 4 months after living with one another, it didn't work out, but she eventually told me that's the reason why she wanted to get married, because I told her I wouldn't have kids unless I got married.
Yeah, no, that's actually a lot of reasons why, a lot of women tend to want to get married. It's like, yeah, they passed that threshold. They realized that the competition is fierce out there. They waited a little bit too long. And, and I give some of the ladies the benefit of the doubt because some of them were locked into those 5 to 10-year relationships that didn't go nowhere. That their man never proposed to them because they weren't marriage minded. And so they end up breaking up. They're 32, trying to get back into the game. They see who their competition is, which is the younger girls or whatever. They see that social media is popping. They see what their options are. And, shout out to the person that made a comment earlier about how ladies have options. But the thing is there's a lot of their options ain't shit. What's the point of having about 60 or 70 dudes in your DMs if they all lack the gift of gab? What's the point?
Right, I agree with you. Yeah.
Like all these women pretty much talk about look at all this in the DM. It's like, but okay, but they all suck. they're all garbage. Yeah.
I started a women's channel, right? Yeah.
You started a women's channel.
Yeah, that man up.
He has lots of channels.
Yeah, I started a women's channel. You think I ain't got fire game for the women? Actually, my fire game is better for the women.
You be going live.
The woman gonna do it because they want the man. The man listen sometimes. The man they only listen to you when they get desperate. The women is better. They like, I want that man. Whatever steps you gonna take. The dudes don't do that. They want to go back and forth. What's wrong about that part? Well, you don't know her. All right, bro. Well, you over here crying to me, so I know a little more than you. So but the first video that I made, go to King Genius Afi. That's the Instagram for it. So basically, I did a reels, and the reels said that the problem with women in relationships is they don't know how to differentiate desire and so women they think attention and desire is the same thing. So just because they have a lot of options and dudes are talking to them, but a lot of those guys just want to hit, but they look at it like this is how valuable I am. Okay, you got 100 guys in your DM that'll hit your shit, but only 2 of them will take you on a date. But to them, it's 100 guys that desire them.
Yeah, and look at the numbers. So if we're talking about, like you said, DMs, we're talking about the gram, right? So you're in the Bay Area. So you're gonna sit there and tell me if you got 60 in the DM, how many are in the Bay? That's one. Okay, so if they are in the Bay, how many of them can actually get to you? That's 2. How many of them are going to be available to take you out? That's 3. How many of them are not lying about being single? You have so many variations. It's still a number. The DM is a numbers game too.
Yeah, and some guys just don't know how to have real conversation with girls too. Like they so they blow it off.
And then look what we're gonna do. So when I get 1,000 subscribers, I got a psychic, right? So every once a week, we're gonna be giving the See, this is Fireboss game, buddy. What y'all don't be making good content, bro. Y'all do bullshit content that do numbers that ain't talking about shit and it ain't bringing nobody nothing better. So we are going to uh give the psychic readings once a month to the girls about their relationships, bro. So I got the psychic deck. You see what I'm saying? Finesse paper. So she on
You got
deck.
to figure
And
it
then
out.
we got the girls with the problems. So I'm gonna give her the game. Then she gonna get the spiritual shit. Who knows how to do stuff like that? See, now y'all gonna go copy. Now y'all gonna go copy, but y'all not gonna find a real psychic though. Y'all gonna get one and just have her pretend to be one.
Y'all gonna go find Cleo.
This my personal one. I know she worked. So this is what I'm saying. Yeah, y'all got a cop finesse game. I got finesse game was my first book. Really, that book is for chicks. That was my first book I wrote. I put it out second, but that's the first shit that I wrote. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up. All right, I'm gonna jump on that channel.
Y'all follow King Genius Afi. Let me put it in there. Get me to 100 followers right now. I just made this shit like 2 days ago.
Oh, I noticed that was a new one that you had on there the other
Yeah,
day.
you know what? No, because some people thought because people be making your fake shit, so people thought that was like somebody hit me like, is that really you? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Because I've had people make up my profile and pretend to be me.
Hey,
So
you're
it
not famous.
won't happen. If y'all gave me the blue check Instagram, it won't have to happen anymore. See, that's y'all fault. Let me put it in the chat. There you go. Yep, I got content on there too, and I'm gonna be uploading on there. You know what I'm saying? And I got the YouTube channel to match. But I'm getting the uploads first so I could just transfer them over. You know, I was gonna start a ladies channel at first, and the thing is, it's called Hey Sis. So I'm not shitting on hoes, and I'm not telling them how you ain't got it. I'm just I'm talking from the big brother aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna teach you from the man who don't want you, and that's the best teaching you can get.
No, that's good. That brings balance to the space because that's my that's how my platform is because I check my analytics, 54% female, the rest is men. So it's just like it's damn near neck and neck almost. And so I have to pretty much make a platform, for them. That's why I created, shameless plug, Iron Fire Avenue, where I have a couple of coaches come on where they can actually talk to the ladies about what's really on the minds of men. And I'm talking about the real men, not the ones that's trying to smash. Like to get a down to earth approach about what really goes on up in here and what goes on up in here. Because right now we're in a time where a man's emotions
I'm not
is
kissing no ass.
it's
I'm not
neglected.
saying y'all
No, we don't either. Yeah, we don't either. It's just informative and educational because a lot of women out there really don't know anything about men, and how could they? Look what's put in front of them. They got pop culture from a man's perspective ain't shit. Same thing, it goes the other way as well. Look how we see each other. And if you ain't black, it's like, look at the shit, it's turmoil. It's like, damn, look at how the hell they talk to each other. Like, they just don't know. So sometimes, yeah, some people got to use what they got to pretty much go ahead and give information on out there. It's like, okay, this is the game. Like, ladies, this is what we're not feeling, especially for the men that actually look. It's obvious we got men who want to have families. We got men who want relationships. They want to be married. Look at this shit. That's why these questions are coming in. They just don't want the consequence. It sucks. They don't want to get burned. Don't want to get divorced. So a lot of these men don't know like what to look for. So when they see people like Brittany Renner and shit, that's what fucks them up. They are trying to avoid shit like that. So they get they get fearful of this shit. Like, I don't want to get burned. I don't want to be like Coach Greg Adams one day, always talking against marriage and everything. But you basically want to know how to get your game up. And the thing is, these women, they need that game too. There's no women out there actually gaming up women anymore. There isn't. I've been looking for the shit. There's a handful, but not enough where they're popular. All the popular female space is about gossip shit. There's nothing out there to educate women on, like, okay, you getting taught you want to avoid the players or the bums or the dusties or whatever. Okay, go ahead and damn near get into it with your femininity, and this is what you do. And yeah, sometimes now you got men like Afi. You created a channel where it's like, bam, you could do that. But most likely, I'm sure you're going to have some women on your platform too as guest speakers and everything. Like you said, the psychic that can also game them up, who can be like a damn near example of femininity. Just like our spaces, we got examples of masculinity. Like, this is how you carry yourself if you want to go ahead and like have the gift the gab to attract more women or to keep the woman. But you got to make a decision. Do you just want to fuck, or do you want to be in a committed relationship? And that's the fork in the road for men.
Mhm.
It is. That's where, and I'm just keeping it real. They really get confused right there. I want to be Mo Run, but damn, I really like her. And I don't want the dude shitting on me for like wanting to like be with her and shit. Like people are damn near scared to get in relationships because of what other people will say. Like nigga, you simping. It ain't nothing wrong with simping with being in a committed relationship. You just have feelings for the girl. You're human. Nothing wrong with that. Shit,
Yeah,
goddamn.
I've been in relationships too, so that because I like to emphasize on that because some of these guys who hit the red pill content got it early, so they're saying don't get into relationships because all the bad stories, but they ain't never been in one. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Yeah.
actually been in
Yeah.
relationships. I didn't been in love, stayed with so my shit's coming from my experience. And real quick to James Brown, he said finesse game sounds legendary. Well, it's your lucky day because if you go to my Instagram like I just told you to, I send it to you for free. So it's now time for you to get the James Brown Instagram so you can get the free finesse game. And then when we do a show, then you can tell me fire. And speaking of fire, Iceberg, did you crack the conversation with the souls yet? That's what I need to know. Is that Fireballs game in there or did you not start it up yet? You got to check that one out. Uh, Coach Justin says, real man don't want to smash. I mean, for me, bro, I'm energy based. I fucked a lot of hoes already, bro. So I don't. You know, if I don't like a woman's energy, my dick won't get hard, and that's no cap, bro. I fucked a whole lot of women, and when I remember when I was sitting in jail with 2 DUIs, and I could have got that and went to jail, then pussy lost all of its value, bro. So I don't just personally, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't want to have sex just off of looks like, ooh, she cool. I'm gonna hit that.
Right.
Like,
No, I agree with you, Alfie. That's what you taught me too. Look for like the energy and the vibe. Like I like the vibe. I think that's
yeah,
makes
bro. Because I know the post nut syndrome, bro, and I know a lot of these chicks are hot, and when I bust a nut, then I want to either bounce, and then they gonna want to touch me. I'm gonna be like, get the fuck off, and I don't even like going through that shit over and over again. So I pretty much have sex with chicks that I'm into. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have much care though, but that's just me personally. Like I don't. Yeah, like that's why I'm not on the dating apps because that's what that shit's for. I'm gonna go on a dating app. I'm gonna meet a chick. We gonna fuck, and then she gonna want to be my girlfriend, and I'm gonna tell her it ain't. Like I know I've been there. I did all that shit already, bro. Now
right.
Yeah.
if we going out of town or something, different rules. Disclaimer.
Hey, Alfie, I don't mean to interrupt. I gotta bounce right now because I gotta be somewhere in a bit.
Okay, we'll just do 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Go ahead, but say your last words though. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Or if you say in 10 more minutes, cool. Or so you say your last words, which one you pick?
Yeah, I got 10 more minutes.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go grab some water quickly.
Okay. How do you feel? Like, I mean, yeah, because like a lot of women, bro, they seek out for men for advice, but the man want to fuck them. So all the advice they gonna get is kind of, yeah, I did say free copy. Follow King Genius Afi. You supposed to be on the regular one though, but you know, follow the new one. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like I be sometimes that should be whack, bro. And then sometimes it be whack and the sex be whack and shit. Like the hotness and the sex don't never match really.
Oh, there could be a lot of things that could not turn a man on. Like shout out to Mr. Lucario because he was talking about starfish, starfish sex. So if the girl is just laying there and really not into it, no moan or nothing, you might be able to, you might go soft. That happened to me, a few times. So it's like she's not even into it, so I can't even get into it. I mean, she cute, she bad, but what's the point? And honestly, this is how you know it's some real player shit.
And
A
just
lot of us have friends and girls with
I'm
no
not in a
ring.
relationship. So that's like the thing. Like it's not it's not that I need a rotation. I literally like being by myself. I love it.
Yeah.
I could wake up. I could do whatever I want to do. If I want a cupcake with her, French kiss her, rub her feet, and all of that, I can do all of that. But then I'm still not entitled to like see her the next day. Like I like it. So when you say that or you hear me say that, that don't mean like it's just one night stand nation. Like no, bro. Like I'll go out to eat. We can get some rocks and skip the fucking in the Lake Mary and all of that shit, bro. But then
Yeah, but you got shit to do. You got a lot of things to do.
come on with my dog. She ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, what we eating? No, we just did that. Now I'm going
Right.
home. So I just like living a free life. Now when I wanted to have a kid, I was dating for relationships like, ooh, maybe she's the one. Maybe she's the one. That shit's out for me, bro.
No, you can't. See, that's where this is really like. I'm glad we're actually on this subject because that's where I really wanted to go. One of the things I kind of noticed through life is the more busy you are, the less time that you even have to date. Like sometimes you can even be too busy to have sex. And that's just real. Like you banging out books. Offie, you got a book coming out that every damn month.
Yeah,
So
he
I won't
does.
even yeah, it's like so I wouldn't even be surprised if he said I'm having a drought season. Like, nigga, no, you not. You just busy. You giving the chicks a drought season. You busy.
Yo, I love it. I said that before. I said that on the that was on the webinar. You heard me say that, Rob. Like I say my first 1, 2, 3, 4 books is like, oh, this money is good. My shit sold good. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't even know how much I sold because I got different versions. I got the big ones, the small ones. Each of those versions got their own
All combined.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's just different. But now it's just passion because I got the ideas, bro. Like I would just sit here and think about some shit, or I could just write the shit and put it out. Like some people, I enjoy writing it, so y'all enjoy reading it. Like I'll make the money later, bro. I'm gonna get the status shit way high, and all my books is gonna sell times 10 anyways, 2-3 years from now. Just like when you read a book, think about it. Just think about this. When you hear about a new book like 48 Laws of Power, y'all don't hear about the book the year that it usually come out. Usually when you get put up on game on a new book, it's some shit that's you seen how to influence. There's shit that's already out. It's not like, oh, what's this fire ass book coming out? Like, no, people reference you shit that's already there. So I got these ideas, and then the covers, all of that. So I just want to get them out there. I don't care about the money about it no more. It's just a passion. It's a passion that I get money from. So why not do it? You know?
Yeah, and that's the point. That was the point I was making.
I dropped the book this year. I gotta wait till next year. I'm gonna drive myself 365. I got a whole concept, a whole fucking shit. It's just sitting on my computer because I want to make money. I can make money every fucking day, not just from that. Iceberg, you cracked the book or not? You ain't answer. No, I hook Iceberg with the trilogy, the conversation.
Well, Iceberg watching the Bucks game right now.
He got the third one. That book though ain't gonna come out to my birthday. I gave him a advanced screening of it, just because I like him and he's hella consistent. You know what I'm saying? You
got a birthday coming up?
It's in May. It come out. Yeah, May 24th. I'm gonna drop it then. But the book, matter of fact, that book done. But Ron Will's gonna do the forward for it, so it still needs I still need to have a forward for it. He gonna write it and send it to me, so I got to add the forward. And then if there's 7 characters, pimp, gigolo, all this shit, I got to do the art for the book. And then it got to be formatted. So, but I just gave him the text to read, you know what I'm saying? So the book ain't ready, but he can still get the vibe of the book by reading it, but it still ain't done. But, you know, just like I said, I got this shit, just not touch it for 5 months. Somebody else read this shit. I done read it already. You know?
Oh, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said How to Win Friends and Influence People came out in the 30s. Yeah. People, unless it's somebody famous, nobody's like, ooh, this new fire book coming. It has no history. All the books that are quote unquote fire or recommended are books with history. Mm-hmm. It ain't like Rick Ross coming out with a book or some influencers coming out with a book. There ain't just no regular books that people are like, ooh, this book coming out. Like, you don't know who the fuck they are. Like, there's no anticipation for shit that's coming out other than prominent people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He said, I got it the other day. I'll get into it tomorrow. For sure. I need some help formatting my book. Just hit me in the DMs. For sure. All my good. He says, yeah, it's year underdogs and playoffs. Oh, okay. You talking about the game and stuff. All right, man. So we at 140. Let's say our last words. I'm gonna start with Rob, and then we'll end with the guest, and then I'll go after you, Rob. So what you got to say, my brother?
Okay, no, I just gotta say thanks again for having me on, and nice to meet you, Reese. Definitely like to reach out to you and do a show together sometime.
Most up.
Rock on, and yeah, man. Like I said, like I think being married can be good. I mean, like it has its benefits, you know, like as long as you go out there and, you know, it's with the right person and the right reasons, don't like, you know, get married out of scarcity, you know, out of like, you know, the fear of losing someone, you know, really and if you're going to do it, really take the time to get to know someone. I think it could be possible if you get to know someone and they support you on your journey and they are taking care of you. But like, don't like rush into anything and have that awareness when you feel like you're making an emotional decision, because that's where you could like really mess it up and everything and get yourself into trouble. And yeah, guys, and be sure to check me out on my YouTube channel, Command Your Confidence. I do some stuff here with Afi, and I dropped a few other videos. I'm starting this new series that I started last year, where I just go out in public and just talk to random girls, just ask them questions about dating and stuff like that, because I like to get a female's perspective on things. And I have a lot of other influencers in this space, like come on on my show too. So yeah, go to Command Your Confidence, look me up, and you can find me on Instagram at Command Confidence.
Good for me. You want to say bye, Rose? Say bye to these people. So we're gonna take a walk. Y'all make sure y'all tune in at 5:30. We're gonna be talking about production and music. Oh, you want some too? You jealous ass dude? Yeah.
They both want to get in there.
I'm married to my kids. That's what I'm married to. So y'all make sure y'all tune in later. Check out. I see Nelly. So make sure y'all like this video and do me a favor. Share it. I want y'all to share it with everybody up in y'all inbox. Y'all spam the fuck out of me with all this random shit. So now I need y'all to do some random shit for me. Y'all want me to look at this red pill moment. What the fuck you think about this? All right, that's cool. So now I need you to do the same thing and copy the link. And you got 10,000 followers. Well, I need you to share that shit until your whole thread goes. Just because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, and follow my new one. The channel Nelly is Mr. King Fee 101. It's on my community tab, I think. But I'm starting off on Instagram, because that's what I wish I would have did. Instagram is way easier to grow than YouTube. So I'm trying to get the Instagram. I got the channel ready, but I don't put the content on there. So it's King Genius Afi. I just use my old name. My main one is International Afi Kingdom, but for the ladies is King Genius Afi. It's easy. It's my face on there. It's Dominance Mindset of a King is the thing. So Unique says fantastic show. LSP, thank you. Also, we just covered that. Leave it to subscribe. Yeah, make sure y'all drop some comments down below, bro. The job ain't done, so don't think y'all just watch this shit. Now y'all go. Dudes want to go watch porno, and girls want to go watch erotic TV on BET late night. Nope. You gotta wait 2 or 3 minutes and drop a motherfucking comment and tell me what you liked about the video, and tell me, is getting married good, bad? I want to see it in the comment section. Don't DM me this shit. I'm telling y'all now. Y'all will watch a show and then DM me what y'all think. What the fuck is that shit? No, drop it. Yeah, bro, that's what they be doing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, yo, you had a fire ass show. Yeah, bro, why don't you drop the fucking comment so that way I can benefit off to having the fire ass show? Because my streams don't be getting no comments, bro. Only my uploads do.
Yeah, we're trying to tap the algo. Damn, trying to slash the algo.
My streams gonna get maybe 15 maybe. I do an upload 10-15 minutes, that should get a 50 to 100, bro. I'm the same person, bro. I deserve the same comments on everything, bro. Why y'all being selective with me and shit? What the fuck is up with that?
That's giving you a hard time, buddy.
He said Billy cracked it. He said, you cracked it. How is it? Is it fire? Is it some deep shit? Is it dating coach shit? Let me know, Billy. It's the next level shit y'all never heard. So Reese, go ahead and say your last one.
Yeah, for one, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for having me on, my brother. It was good to connect again. We're gonna do it one more again. Same to you, Rob. Yeah, it was definitely good. Definitely good meeting you, and congratulations on the book.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And of course, if you want to follow, if you want to subscribe to my channel, just look me up on YouTube, Merciless Reese L Black. You want to follow me on the gram, CO2 Rawcast. And if y'all want to be nosy, you can follow me on my personal shit. Good evening, Mr. Black, and everything. And of course, I got a
specialty show because these guys like big names. You gotta be hyper.
Oh yeah.
Tell them about your show. Be on there. If you just say I got an Instagram, they'll be like, oh okay. Oh, I got so and so and so and so with a show with so and so. Now we got to get the followers now. So let's play that.
Yeah, you get over if you get over to my channel, you actually will see all the heads that was on there. And I do have a special for the fellas called Good Bar Boulevard that I co-host with brother brother Rom Wills and Mr. Lucario, and also excuse me, and also EO was on the show and everything. And I had I got one for the ladies, which is called Iron Fire Avenue, where we give raw, unfiltered, and transparent discussions for the ladies. And I host that with Chasing Yancey. She has her own coaching channel, and also Kev Hick, who's a woman's coach, probably the best woman's coach in the business. Y'all should go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He got 300,000 bodies, as far as subscribers go, and he's really helping the ladies. And him helping the ladies actually helps men. So shout out to that brother and everything.
Send the cat to my DM. I want to check that out. And then guess
Yeah.
what? Wink. He's gonna be talking about the stripper shit on in the Instagram. That's the only way you can see it. You got because talk about it here.
He ain't gonna let that shit go.
Yeah, you got him hooked on that, buddy.
You got an exclusive on that shit. Actually, me and cousin T-Tar and Ron Wills, when we did our special on Rockclusive, we actually touched on that because T-Tar, he's also in the exotic entertainment industry. He's actually a mentor in that, and that's what made me bring it up, because I was like, okay, let me let my cat out of the bag and shit. And Ron Wills was like, nigga, we need to hear some stories and shit. I know you got some and everything. I was like, all right, I'll drop some stories here and there and everything. But y'all go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I got special guests on there, and my shit is like a talk show format. But I also do solo content where I pretty much like to go ahead and drop game on some untouched discussions, everything pretty much just about life. And with me, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about just sparking the discussion. I know a lot of channels out there are cult-like, but with me, I'm very objective. I like to keep an open mind. So whether you agree or disagree with my content, that's the discussion I would like to have, because my platform is for everyone. So y'all come out and check me out and follow me on the gram, because we like to go live on IG, because I don't know how to work StreamYard yet. So when I get the StreamYard game popping, then it's gonna be on and popping. I'm gonna start doing lives and get big like Afi and Rob. But yeah, please. Oh yeah, and as far as the marriage thing go, I just want to say this: you do whatever you feel is in your heart, whether you want to be in a committed relationship with a woman or get married to her. Just make sure you're thinking with this head is all I'm asking you to do. Think of the future with this. Don't think of the future. This is the present. This is the future. So who cares about what anybody say about if you simping just because you love this woman. Just make sure that the person you want to be with is bringing some influence or expertise to the table, because marriage is a business. But if you're a person that just want kids and you just want her to be a stay-at-home mom, then you need to provide that environment so she can be a stay-at-home mom. Meaning you have some money in the bank because you're going to be sole provider, because she's going to rely on you. The kids are going to rely on you if that's the type of if that's the type of environment you want for yourself. And that's all I pretty much want to say. So don't worry about being clowned by anybody. Just make sure you make the right decision for yourself and your family down the road. And I just want to say good luck to all the brothers out there. And thank everybody who was just peeping the live, man. I know the game is on and shit, but good shit for even tuning in on Offie's channel to peep this shit right here. I hope we give y'all some good game.
Good game, and most importantly, good energy and wisdom.
Rock and roll.
So yeah, I see y'all in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to Rob and Reese, follow them both on Instagram. Check out my new channel for the females. It's on Instagram now. I do have a YouTube set up, but I don't have no content on there yet. But I got some good stuff coming for y'all soon. And I got a fire upload. Y'all like these? Y'all like them 10-minute joints? Because y'all so fucking lazy that y'all can't listen to shit for longer than a fucking hour. So,
you gotta love Affy. I'm like, Affy, you ain't gotta insult the motherfuckers.
I will tell y'all to upload fucking shit that y'all so desperately want.
like damn, actually, like market your shit professionally. Like, fuck y'all, I made my shit 10 minutes. Now fuck y'all, watch my shit.
Yeah, look, they just, look, go to the what's the last upload I did? Fucking All Women Live. Go look at the views, go look at the likes, go look at the comments. And it be people who watch that shit who won't even I don't even be knowing who Cats is until I do an upload and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Word.
oh, you still fuck with my shit? Well, goddamn, I ain't never seen you none of my streams. I almost forgot. Oh yeah, so and so, and then they'll, you know, like that's how they be. Oh yeah, I still be watching though, you know, on the low. Whatever. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Rock and roll.